Hello, welcome to today's episode of the Fitness Business Advice podcast. Today we have got for you a very important episode again, just like the last few we've been doing. We're trying to stay current and we're trying to stay proactive with the advice that we feel the industry needs right now. Obviously, this past year or so has been ever changing in all industries, and the fitness industry is no different. So we've got advice today that is very important for you to hear before the gyms reopen. Okay, it's very, very important. There's potential to make this your best year yet, and that's what we want to get over to you today. Okay. As always, if you have any questions about anything we say, or if you need anything explaining more or more detail, or any specific advice about any one thing, we will talk about on the podcast. Give us a shout on the email. It is fitnessbusinessadvice@gmail.com. Give us a shout on there. We'll get it through. If you do want to join our mentorship program, myself and Rick run a mentorship program. We've got a full online database full of endless amounts of webinars with me and Rick, seminars with me and Rick, our guest speakers. They cover absolutely everything. We've got from starting a PT business, how to convert the sales, how to get a consultation in, things like that, all the way through to opening your own gym, going online, training world champions, all sorts of mad stuff on there. And as well as that, within the program, obviously you get a little bit more personal touch with me and Rick. The mentoring program that we run is not this is our system, go and put it into your business model. It's a very personalized individual program, and we work with you to build your best version of your business. Okay, it's not go and follow that, which I know some of them are. I'm not going to get into it too much. So if you do want to join there, it's rickmorland.co.uk/mentoring. All the information is on there. You can join online for as little as £50 a month, and it is worth 10 times that, I promise you. So before that, we've got all this information for you. You don't even have to pay for, right? And loads of this business advice today is practical, to the point, and will make you more money this year. Okay. Enjoy it, listen, take it as much as you can, and as always, if you've got any questions, give us a shout, okay? Enjoy the episode. See you later.
Hi everyone, welcome to the latest episode of the Fitness Business Advice podcast. As always, I'm Rick.
And I'm Lloyd.
It's been a little while, hasn't it, actually, mate?
Been a couple of weeks, yeah.
Yeah. Hope everyone's good. Hope everyone is enjoyed the sun. The weather's been that good. We've even had sun in Manchester where we are. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the weather, and we're all feeling good, feeling positive.
Yep.
That's sort of going to be the premise of our talk today, isn't it, Lloyd?
Yep, that's what we're about today, yeah. Good news from the government, finally, a date to look forward to. Gyms reopening for most of us, or if you're not working in the gym, just the world reopening, always going to be good working with clients. What we're about, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we've it has been a few weeks now, hasn't it? Because we've basically been working hard on our businesses, haven't we? We there's been a lot of content out there. I've just realised that my notes for some of the stuff I want to talk about are on my phone, and I've turned my phone off, so that's what I'm laughing about with me hands there. But sorry about that. We've been working hard on our businesses. We've been getting ready. We've been looking after our clients, servicing our clients, practicing what we preach. It's been a few weeks, but we're here now, and we're going to we've got some questions, I think, to answer today, Lloyd, haven't we?
Yeah, we've got some, and it goes over the theme, really. A couple of them. We're going to go into what was announced last week in the budget, and a couple of points that you should definitely be considering about that, and basically the points we made at the beginning that kind of proved us right. We talked about this sort of thing at the very beginning of the lockdown, and we've done lockdown episodes, and if you've listened to them, or you watched them on YouTube. And we're just going to talk about what you've done with your time, understanding, learning from it, what's coming, and getting yourself in gear to be going for some success this year, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I was pulling funny faces at the camera then a second ago because I was like stuttering. I couldn't get my words out. So I'm glad you jumped over there. But it's exactly that. you know, I think, you know, we can kind of proudly say, you know, what we've done, not just with our group, but with this podcast, we've been trying our hardest to keep our finger on the pulse, give the right advice. We're kind of proud that I think a lot of what we've said is has happened and has come true. And if you'd have followed that, all being well, you know, you're still here, you're still in business, and you're good to go for reopening, as Lloyd says.
And if not, you know, there's going to be things in place to help you as far as the budget and the grants and stuff go. But other than that, more than anything right now, right, there's going to be loads of opportunity. People have been locked in their house. They can't wait to get out. They can't wait to go on holiday. They can't wait to get back in shape and enjoy the sun and just do everything they want to do. So you're in a perfect position as a coach, if you are a PT, and to facilitate that, to get some business out of it. So whether you've thrived during lockdown or survived it or not, like, coming up is a massive opportunity for absolutely everybody. So it's just being prepared for it, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I agree. We've just been on a call with our mentoring group, haven't we? And we've said this, you know, even if you've not, you know, perhaps we'll get into more in a second, but even if you've not quite achieved what you should have done, or, you know, or could have done, excuse me, not should have done, or not quite, you know, been quite as productive as you could have been, or whatever. There is the opportunity is ahead now, isn't it? You know, the roads are busier, people are getting out there now, the sun is shining, things are definitely coming back to or moving towards I think, a position of normality, aren't they, Lloyd?
Yeah, man. And you can see it with everyone.
See it, yeah.
Feel it with everyone now. They're posting on social media what people are saying. Obviously, I speak to quite a few friends. Everyone's just excited. So it's a good time for us to be thinking about this sort of stuff. Yeah.
We just sort of said, you know, that whilst there is we do business, and we've always done business with a moral compass. It's the right way to do it. You should have your values in place. You should be an honest person, a person of integrity. You should do business properly and make sure that, that, I mean, one of my pet hates and one of our pet hates, I know Lloyd will back me on this, is when PTs quit the job and then quit owing sessions to clients and all that kind of stuff. You should run your business the right way from start to finish. That's what we teach, isn't it? Make no mistake about it. Of course, what's happened has been tough. It's been tough for many people. There's been tragedy and loss of life and all that kind of stuff. But we just spoke about this. It is absolutely clear we are in the health and fitness industry, okay? And people aren't healthy. People require help to get fit. They require help to get healthy. This is a phenomenal opportunity for us to step up now, because, you know, there's always been an obesity issue. There's been an obesity issue for years. Okay. And we can do more. So this is our opportunity now to help loads of people, give them what they need, give them what they want for the right price, and for us to make a good living as well.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And we've been going over this with our guys, and one of the key points we're saying about this to them is making sure that you are building the right product right now to do both, right? Health and fitness and helping people is great, but it has to be the right product for you to spend your time doing and to make you the right money as well. As obviously it's what we're about, building a business. We talk about this all the time, building the right products, understanding your clients, giving them the product that they want, how to sell it. But right now the energy is big for taking up things like this. So your energy should be big to sell it. Right now, if you're not selling a product for either preparing to get back to the gym and possibly really should be selling to even get started back in the gym. Right now, the energy is there for you to take advantage of as a salesperson as much as it is a coach. You should be selling now for the gym, not waiting.
Yeah, there's a culture, isn't there, Lloyd, of within health and fitness, within the legal profession. There's a culture that lawyers, it's okay. They help us. They provide a service. You know, let's be frank about it. Of course, there's lawyers who help us when we move house and help us set up a business and so forth like that. There's also lawyers required when crime's involved. There's also lawyers where divorce, and that's probably a good example. Divorce is a very, very painful thing. And I'm certainly not hoping anybody goes through that. But the point is, lawyers make money on that, and it's a given thing that there is a business in divorce. Yeah, there was a culture
helping you through a bad time. Yeah,
provide a service. Yeah, to help you, like Lloyd says, through a bad time. There is a culture within health and fitness, personal training, etc., that it's not okay for us to make money, or that we can only charge so much, or that there's a ceiling to what we can earn, and that we should be poor.
Yeah.
And we call bullshit on that culture.
Yeah, absolutely. It's selling anything, right? It has to be a good deal for you, but it has to be a good deal for them. So if the value's right in what the customer is getting and the price is right for what I'm paying, then everyone's happy. And there's a price point on every product you ever have like that. And if that's helping somebody who's obese not be obese and increasing their health, then they're happy to pay if the product is right. Should be a bargain for them and a good deal for you. It's a perfect product.
Toothache fucking hurts, doesn't it? Yeah, toothache hurts like shit.
Yeah.
The bill from the dentist fucking hurts even more.
Well, there's a few
it's better when it's gone, in it.
That's it. But there's a few different versions, right? So when I pay my accountant at the end of the year and they've saved me a few £100 on my tax bill, that's a great deal for me. I've paid. They've done the service. They got paid. But I've had, not my accountant anymore, but my old accountant, asked him questions about something that I'd been sent. I'd been sent from my HMRC. I need some questions on this, blah, blah, blah. He's like, yeah, let's have a call. Phoned me up, answered my questions. I put the phone down. He sent me an invoice for the call. Now that fucking stings. That was a shit deal for me. I could have just Googled it. I thought I was just asking a favor and he'd charged me for the fucking thing. So that's the difference in how I felt after that transaction is massive. Finding the right deal and helping people. Definitely, there's a road in the middle which everyone's happy, and that's what you got to find.
Yeah, I've got nothing to add to that. I totally agree. We're not telling people. In fact, so I have got something to add to it. We're not telling people to be mercenary, are we? There is, like you say, there's a middle road, and what the problem we have is, we were talking about someone again before we press record, weren't we? But it is people who are passionate, people who are really, really good. But, people, particularly in this industry, just not making a living.
Yeah,
we're not saying making trillions, gazillions of, pounds here. Just not even making enough to pay their bills. That's not acceptable to us. That's what we're here to change, isn't it?
Absolutely. Well, look, as part of that, some of the things that came out about in the budget, old Rishi put out, which was last week. If as we're recording it might be a couple of weeks by the time you listen to it. But basically, the self-employed assistant grants are going to be paying out again. There's one at the end of April, I believe, and then one that you can apply for, it said on the writing. I'm not too sure what the wording means. I'm guessing the next one you won't have to really apply for, or they'll send you a little nudge like they have done previously. The one in July, it says it will have to be applied for. So I'm guessing that you will have to go through some sort of process to prove that you haven't earned from April either.
It's also, Lloyd, for there was a level of people who were ineligible because they hadn't submitted books and so forth.
Yes,
like
absolutely.
Now those people are eligible. I think they're 600,000 self-employed, so they won't have applied previously. So before we forget, bit of a plug for the info to the Financial Fitness Group as well for all their info that we're getting. We've had, we've shared their information, haven't we?
But, we got the breakdown for fitness professionals from them. Their social media and their email shout for things like this have been great. All the way through lockdown, it's been good for that, breaking down what the fitness and leisure industry needs to know from each announcement. They've broke it down pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, I've got it in front of me here, and it's basically like you've said that some of the terms are still the same. It's based on sort of 3 years of accounts. More people can apply now who didn't. This is for the self-employed, the
SEISS it is.
SEI double S, There's one in April. The dates are to be confirmed. There's one in September that I think is a bit vague, by the way. But just sort of register with HMRC. Financial Fitness Group have also said you can contact them and ask them, for some help and some questions as well. Within the budget highlights as well, then Lloyd, key bits that are important for business owners. I think around furlough, the extension of furlough is important.
Yeah, and on it, or if you've got staff on it, and then there's going to be some restart grants for small businesses, which are going to be similar to the first small business relief grants that were given out, which you should have had 2 of, I believe, and then some on the in between. So there is another one of them coming as well if you do own a facility. But our whole ethos on all of these grants over the entire time has been as much as you can not to depend on these.
Yeah.
If that's your main income for whatever reason, then that's what it is. But if you've been maintaining some level of business and these grants are coming and you can use them to invest in your business, to solidify your business, just to go into savings for your business, and it makes you a bit more solid in case anything else does happen. It's about understanding what it's for and how to use it. And I would speak to an accountant. I did when my first small business grant came in. I rang my accountant and said, "Can I have some of it?" And he was like, "Do you need it?" I said, "Not really." He was like, "Leave it." And I was like, "Fuck." But it's definitely the right thing to do. I wanted some Jordans, do you know what I mean? But it's not that simple. But get some advice. If you haven't got an accountant, get one. Obviously, we have a partnership with Financial Fitness. They do offer accountants, but if you know one or if you've got someone else or anything like that, just having an accountant is really important for your business. And they will be able to advise you on how to use it. And as always, my key piece of advice about it last time, any grants are taxable. It's not your money. 20% of it is going to the tax man. So put that away straight away. Do not spend all of it. If it is your income and it is what you need to survive, then try as best you can to leave that percentage out, because you do not want a massive tax bill on the end of this year. And there will be some relief to time wise, like they have done. They've pushed it back and stuff like that. And for the next year, I'm sure they've not announced that yet, but I'm sure there will be. But you don't want to be depending on that. Get that 20% in the savings straight away.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of COVID and grants and all that, we've always spoke about sort of key pillars of your business, of having the right marketing in place, of having the right onboarding systems in place, of having the right sales in place. And cash flow and financial health is a big part of that. So,
Yes.
because you've got 50 grand in your bank does not mean you've got 50 grand.
Yeah.
There's bills to be paid and rent and rates and and future tax, isn't there? And
Yes.
national insurance contributions, which I think there's been a change to that, Lloyd, and there's going to be an increase in corporation tax, which needs to be factored in the next couple of years as well. So part of being a successful business owner and a savvy business owner is managing your money and controlling your emotions. That when you see some dough in the bank, that you don't go out, being Floyd Mayweather, because you're not Floyd Mayweather. You've got to manage that money.
Like I say, if you don't know how, get some assistance. Yeah.
Industry experts. Sorry, you're absolutely right, Lloyd. I meant to say it. Get the right help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So boring bit over, boring COVID stuff over. We've got a question that came from somebody who's on the mentoring program, Rachel, and it was her asking for tips on what she said. I've got it here. It says, becoming overwhelmed and feeling too busy. What systems are useful to have in place? Okay, so I've got a little thing for this, right? Feeling too busy, right? When you're too busy, it's all about your experience with what busy is, right? You ever told a new mum that you're tired and watch the seething pain in their face? My sister's not long had a baby during lockdown. If I told her I was tired, she'd rip my head clean off. Right? It is not tired until you've been as tired as the new mother, right? And it's the same with being busy. That you believe you're busy, and then when you manage how busy you are, all of a sudden you're looking back going, I wasn't fucking busy. I had loads of time on my hands. And then you can go up and you level up again, and it's building a tolerance to it. The systems to have in place a different thing, but it's being aware that being too busy is always and will always be in your head. If you are organized and you've got your mind right, being too busy is never being too busy. There's always more to do.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think resilience or tolerance, as you called it,
Yeah.
builds with the more exposure you have to these
Mhm.
things. You know, when you're new into business as a one-man band, you've got 5 things to do, 10 things to do, it can be overwhelming. So I think, and that's relative to where you're at that time, you know. So of
Absolutely.
course we could tell you to take a deep breath and make a list and all that, and you know, those are the basics. Of
Mhm.
course, we could then tell you, like we've just said with accountancy, to outsource what you can. But
Mhm.
then equally, it's about remaining calm and understanding that your ability to cope with stress. You see, this is the thing, right? Everybody wants to run a business.
Mhm.
Everybody wants to be self-employed and have the rewards that come with that.
Yes.
Yeah. But you have to understand, you know, when you see someone say like Lloyd who owns a gym, I want my own gym. Well, there's a there's a cost of that, and the
2
cost
gyms, by the way.
2 gyms. My apologies, 2 gyms. A new gym owner. The cost of that is sacrifice.
Yeah.
The cost is sacrifice to your husband, wife, partner, kids.
Mhm.
The cost is sacrifice to your stress levels. Sometimes, even dare I say it, to a little bit to your health as well, because
Yeah.
you're busy and you're dealing with 10 things or 50 things at once.
Mhm.
So your level of success, in terms of how far your business goes and how far it grows,
Yeah.
it is correlated with how much shit you can take,
Yeah. Big
how much
time.
shit you're prepared to take.
Yeah.
You
How
know,
many shit tasks you can get done.
yeah, how much boring stuff you can plow
Yeah.
through. When you look at people who drive fancy cars or have got gyms or houses or whatever,
Mm.
there is an assumption that their life is easy,
Mm.
and I can absolutely guarantee you it is not.
Yeah.
It's not. They outsource
Mhm.
what they can. They have the right staff and the right help and expertise.
Yeah.
Then they're able to cope with shit.
Yeah. It's a
You-
massive part of it. And then within that, the few that Rick mentioned there, he kind of brushed over them, but understanding those, there can be some nuggets in there as well, right? So we've just said it then, understanding what you would need to outsource, right? There's certain things that as a fitness professional, you are wasting time doing, like your accounts. You're never going to understand it as well as an accountant. You're never going to be able to do it at the same standard in the shortest space of time. The outgoings outweigh how much energy you spend on it to probably get it wrong.
yeah,
So
waste
outsource
of
it.
time.
Yeah. Designing. Yeah. A lot of people spend time. If you have got a bit of a knack, if you're creative, to design posters and your own website and welcome packs, sometimes it's worth doing it yourself if you have the ability. If you don't, and it takes up too much time, it's about, we've been using this term all day, mentioning this is a juice worth the squeeze, right? Is it worth the amount of time you're going to put in it compared to how much you would pay somebody to outsource that issue?
Yeah,
More often than not, with designing, the issue is better to be outsourced, right? Things within your business that you need to understand before you outsource, though, there's a few of them, right? So getting an assistant, right, sounds like a dream. And I know Rick's had assistants before.
yeah,
If you don't understand what needs doing and how it needs doing 100%, your assistant cannot be told how to do it. If you can't outsource, say, sales until you know how to sell, because then it's not in your process. You can't outsource your Facebook ads without understanding what the results should be, how much you should spend. Without knowing it, you can't just get somebody else to do it. If you're a small business one-man band PT, if you're saying that to Nike, maybe it's a different thing. But as for most coaches, you need to understand the ins and outs of your business. You wouldn't outsource your coaching because that's what you're the expert in. imagine trying to just give somebody else the reins to coach your clients. Right, write that program for me. Off I go. Even if Rick wrote the program for me, who absolutely knows well more than me about training people, it wouldn't be the program that I would give. So it'd be completely different for what I want, what I think my client wants, you know? So you have to understand your product, the system before you can outsource it in some of the things. So sales and ads are definitely two of them for me. But the things that the usual ones I tick for what you should be outsourcing, accountancy, number one, and then design stuff. Don't waste your time designing. Maybe if it's an infographic, then yeah, all right. But if you're going to spend years designing a welcome pack, forget it. Website, get somebody to do it. If you're doing a little Squarespace one, maybe. But it's about understanding how much energy and time you can spend on it when it could be outsourced for money.
Yeah, and you know, overwhelm is a funny thing as well. It's like, you know, I think we touched on earlier, is that actually by nature we're gravitated towards the unimportant stuff,
Yes.
the glamorous stuff that's easy, and the difficult stuff we tend to sort of shove it away. So often overwhelm comes because deep down you know that the important tasks you're ignoring.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, basically, you know, the old Eat the Frog book, we've spoke about this loads, but
Yeah.
if you just land the important tasks, you may only have achieved 2 things that day instead of 8 or 10 things, but the overwhelm of completing those 2 tasks will be gone. Excuse me, the feeling of overwhelm will be gone because those 2 key tasks, the high pressure tasks, have been done. The important tasks have been done. You've got to remember that overwhelm is an emotion. It is not. It's something that comes and goes. It's not permanent.
Yes.
You know, and it is easily influenced. Emotions are or can be easily influenced, and often what overwhelm is, as I say, it's you faffed around and you fucked about doing the unimportant shit when actually you know that there's a deadline approaching.
Yeah.
Important stuff, and you ignored it, and that's when overwhelm kicks in.
And as your business steps up levels, you'll grow with it. So it's staying calm, like Rick said before, almost learning to thrive in it and learning how to be more productive. One of the big things we always talk about, eat the frog. There's a few other ways of doing it. And Rick said, listing tasks, putting them down, which one's most important, and just getting them done. Understanding yourself. Another term we use all the time in mentoring is, you know, manage yourself or you will end up with a manager. Yeah. You have to manage yourself on this sort of stuff. And again, the longer you're in it, the more you push your own progression as a self-employed person, as a business owner, as a manager, as an employer, the more you become capable of running at a higher level for a lot longer time. But it's keeping yourself accountable to the things that you want to do, the things that are down on the list, the things that need doing. It's a tough road, but it's sticking with it. It's persistence, I would say.
We also talk about failure a lot, don't we? Now it doesn't exist, and now it's just feedback and stuff like that. It's saying people may or may have not heard before. But you know, I think it's important to remember as well that owning a business is not easy. It's not easy in that if it was easy, everyone would do it, like anything in life. You know, so be prepared to take the highs and lows. You know, be prepared to do things well, to get things wrong. And where you can try and take the lessons along the way.
Absolutely, yeah. And yeah, just remember, like, you're only as busy as you believe you are. It gets worse, it gets bigger, and you'll be able to cope with it. You're just gonna keep growing in it.
Yeah, that task list.
I thought you said it, innit? I thought I was busy when I had 10 clients. Then I thought I was busy when I had 30. Then I opened a gym.
Yeah,
like it's you just get better at managing it.
Absolutely. And accepting the task list is always going to have something on it as well.
Yeah.
It's about being selective of where you put your time and energy and effort into it.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah.
What's next? Anything else?
No, we had a question which we're going to tackle in a bigger post because it's a little bit more techie than anything. So we're not going to bang on about email marketing just yet.
Yeah, but in terms of lockdown, you know, to kind of be clear as well, guys, we need to be out there now, don't we?
Yeah,
We need to
get
be
moving.
cracking on now. That's why
Look,
we've not been on the podcast for a few weeks, have we?
yeah. Well, look, since the last pod, I've taken on a new premises, set up a gym, and I've sold memberships to it already. It's not even a gym yet, essentially, right? My current gym, M3, my first gym, is selling memberships. PT clients are contacting me, and that's not me. That's nothing I've done. That's just because I'm out talking about it and shouting and trying to work at it. And if you're not now, I know a lot of you will be, but if you're not right now, you should be. Get off your ass. It is coming. Like, people are excited. People want to buy. So get out and sell to them.
Yeah, now's the time, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Let's not wait. Let's
No.
not wait for next week, or let's not wait for perfection, which is something we see a lot, isn't it?
Yes.
I'm just making my product perfect, so I'm just changing this, or I'm just changing that. Just fucking get it out there now. Because like Lloyd said, he's opened a premises. Of course, just before anyone goes ringing the police or anything like that, it's not open yet. It's
It's not open yet. No.
opening in 5 weeks, isn't it?
It's not even got a kit in it yet, because everyone's fucking buying it for the garages. So I'm still waiting on dumbbell racks and stuff.
But you're selling the memberships now, aren't you?
Yeah, because it'll be ready by the 12th of April when we can open. I'm going to be ready, and people are starting the trial on the 12th. Yeah.
I can't remember if we've talked about this now, but didn't you say you've opened up with an offer and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we opened up with creating some emergency early bird offers, capped the amount of people. I do small group training in my gym, so the amount of people we can take at once and perform a certain service with is capped. So we've put it out early, and people are buying early. So it is what it is. Like I say, you should be, and I know a lot of you listening and watching will be, but can you step it up? And if you're not, fucking hit the road, get going. Like, people are ready to start planning where they're going to be in April, in June, in July. People are booking holidays. People are booking events. They're going to want to be in shape. People want to get out of the house and go to the gym, and you should be there to facilitate it. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you've not done. Just get on with it now. Get on with it now.
Yes.
Still time, but you have to take action now.
Yes, that's the one.
Like Lloyd said, there's a real buzz. People are excited. People are ready, and this is your time now to step up. And I challenge, and I put it out there to every one of you that's listening. You could do more.
Yes.
Could work harder. Okay.
I love that.
And then if someone wants to reply, and fine, fucking bring it on. I'm pretty certain, I'm pretty sure every one of you could do more right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm never one of those to tell people what to do with the time. It's one of my pet hates, that when PTs tell people how to spend the money. Think about how much money you spend on kebabs every month. Like, it's up to me what I spend my money on. Right? Because you want me to buy PT doesn't make any difference. The value should be for them. But it's the same with the time, right? I've seen people putting it out. How much time have you spent watching Netflix? So what? Doesn't matter what you've done now. Doesn't matter what you've done. It matters what you do tomorrow. What you putting down on your list today, what you're getting done today, what you put on your list and you're getting done tomorrow. You can change all of that. So get out there now.
Well, we've just been on mentoring calls. We've been doing calls all afternoon. I had to jump off quickly. It would have been easy, wouldn't it, to shit Candice today and say, you know what, we'll do it next week instead. Yeah. But we need this out there for you guys for next week.
Yes.
So we've made the time. Friday afternoon, we've made the time. A lot of people mentally are kind of, oh, it's Friday afternoon. Not that we can fucking go anywhere. But anyway, the point is, we've got it done.
Yeah.
And that's the mentality. What's happened last month, that's gone now. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But the opportunity is there.
Get out and build something, yeah.
Get off your ass and get out there and do it. Yeah, no one's going to ring your phone for free. No one's going to pay your bills for free. No one's giving you anything in this life for free. Okay. Yeah. So it's up to you to get out there and go and get it.
Yeah, man. Class. So, as always, give us a shout on the email, fitnessbusinessadvice@gmail.com with any questions or feedback, or if you want to tell Rick that you worked harder than he thinks you have or anything like that, give us a shout on there.
Bring it on.
Follow us on Instagram. It's RM Mentoring on Instagram. Tag us in when you're listening to the episodes. Give us a shout. Give us any feedback, anything like that. And if you want to give me or Rick a shout, it is at Rick Moylan, at IC Moylan, and at Lloyd Gordon, LLOYD, and it's an underscore on the end. Any questions, anything you want us to talk about on here, anything you want specific advice about, give us a shout and we'll get it on here. Otherwise, tell your mates about it, pass it around, and we'll see you later.
Spread the message. Yeah, spread the word. If you need any help, you know where we are. We have our online program available now as well.
It's the first time I fucking forgot something. Well annoying. Sign up to our program. Don't be a dick. Sign up to the program. That's one of our parts of our ethos is don't be a dick. Just don't be a dick in general. So the mentoring program that we run, there's different levels. You can do it online for as little as £50 a month. You can get more time one-on-one with me and Rick for a little bit more. You can sit around our mastermind table with some of the best fitness businesses around for a little bit more. It's completely up to you what your levels are and what you need. You can get a hold of that at rickmoylan.co.uk/mentoring. Nailed it one time.
Done. I have nothing to add. I'm just enjoying my moment, that's all. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Spread the word. Please share the podcast. See you soon.
See you in a bit.